Alex with you here, bringing you Dr. Stone manga review. This was chapter 98, titled Ryusui. And as you see in the thumbnail, that was actually the color page for this chapter, which was a very good chapter. Very great stuff. It starts off with them continuing their new network for the underground rail tracks, and Jin is freaking out because he's like, "Oh my God, this is the trail is so rough and hard. We might just collapse over with all this weight." But then we have Kohaku and Taiju and that chick with the blonde hair and braids. We have those three making like tar on the ground from the oil, and they flatten it up nicely with their strength. And also Magma's there helping as well. And that's basically how they was able to make a roadway to go back and forth using their trail line. So it's very interesting. And you see Yuko is there with Jin, and they both like freaking out like, wow, with this science we don't even need like machines or whatever. And it was just like funny seeing their facial expression and how happy and shocked they were by seeing this. But then we get a call from Kaiseki, the old man who likes to, build stuff, the craftsman, and he calls Senku and he tells him about a problem that he's having building his ship. That the sides are like uneven, and when he fixes one side, the other side gets like pumped up or moves, and he's having trouble, making this. And Sengeku was like, well, I guess we're gonna have to give up and build like, small ships for us to like leave. And a lot of the people were mad because they was like, but that's not fair because then we all can't leave together and stuff like that. And then that's when we got Ryusei's flashback, because we found out that a lot of us thought that he was just some rich spoiled brat, but thanks to his flashback, we found out that his family and other people that they're close to who are also rich thought of him as a self-centered brat because he was very selfish and he wanted to like do things and learn things constantly. And they were like, there's a limit to how much a person can learn and do. Why is he acting all high and mighty? And they like busting on each other and cracking jokes on him. But they made the mistake and asked his Francis of what's your opinion of the master. And she comes out and she states that I don't believe that he's a self-ignorant brat. He works very hard for his dreams and his gold. And when you have a dream and gold that you like, or that you love, I should say, you actually thrive for that gold. You want to do nothing but go for that gold. You know what I'm saying? It's like I guess in real life I can probably use this as an example. If you're a singer or an actor or a martial artist, and that's what you want to base your life off of, you practice those skill sets every single day, over and over and over again, until they become natural to you, and that's how you master that skill set. And even when you master a skill set, you don't just stop at it and then like leave. You continue to focus on that skill set, especially if it's something that you build your career around. And that's how basically Ryusei lived his life. He was always building, he was always learning. He had his friends, he still went out and had fun, but he made sure whenever he was doing something that he was always learning from it. And he continued to grow and get more popularity and stuff like that. So it made the chapter, realize that even though, yeah, he's a rich kid and he's spoiled, he's not spoiled because everything is given to him. He's spoiled because everything he has, he worked for. And we also found out that his dream is actually to create a big boat that's going to make him travel around the world. So when he heard Senku said we have to give up, he was like, I'm not ever giving up. And Senku, he laughed and he was like, yeah, I figured not. And then we had this cool ending page where both of them are like side to side about to, go to the boat where the boat is at, and they're gonna refix it. Because right now the old man, he was just crafting the bottom of the boat. The main part, the foundation, I guess you can say. But since he was doing it alone, it was hard. But since now Senku and Ryusei is gonna work on it, and Ryusei is a boat crafter, that's actually one of his many skills. And we know Senku is just super damn smart and knows about everything. Because, he likes to know about things. These two combined are going to work on the ship now. Now that's going to be an interesting project. I can't wait to see how that turns out and see, what goes down between them. And yeah, that was basically the end of the chapter. Again, chapter 98 of Dr. Stone. If you have not read the chapter, just go read it. If you read it, go read it again. Great chapter, great stuff. If you haven't read it, the whole series, I advise you to catch up for those who just stumble upon this, because it's going to have an anime, I believe the summer of 2019, which is this year, according to this video. That'd be like another 4 or 5 months, 3 or 4 months, but yeah, great stuff. I can't stress enough, I always say this in every video, but I love how they mix science and humor together, where it's not too cheesy and boring. But it's not too cheesy, the jokes, but it's not over the top. But at the same time, the science makes sense, and it's not boring. It gets you intrigued and into it. It's not like taking a lecture at a science class or something. You don't really get bored of it. You actually want to know more and want to know how things are made more and how the materials are. So, very interesting how they do this. And especially the artwork for Dr. Stone is very, very intriguing. It's not even a battle shonen, but the artwork is extremely beautiful. Hats off to the team and the creator of it. Love how they, the artwork every week is just top notch. And it doesn't feel like the story is dragging or too fast. It has a nice pace to it. Again, we're only 98 chapters in, and we're already getting an anime announcement. We already got the anime announcement for it. It's supposed to be coming out in 2019 summer. I believe it's July or August, somewhere around there. So I will be reviewing that when that comes out. So please go support it and, catch up to the chapters. Again, there's only 98 chapters, so, and that color page is beautiful. That's why I use it for my thumbnail. But again, I can't stress enough how much I love this series. I would have to say that all the weekly series I read, this is definitely one of my top 3. But that's all I have for you guys. Please like, comment, share, subscribe. Share with your family and friends. Don't forget to hit the notification bell to get more, because sometimes if you don't hit the notification bell, YouTube won't notify y'all even if you subscribe. So make sure you hit both, the subscribe and the notification bell. Again, share with your family and friends. Tell me down below what you thought of the chapter and what you liked about the chapter, or what you didn't like about the chapter, and what you're expecting for next week. Tell me how you think Ryusui and Senku, how they're gonna build this ship. For those that know about ships making and stuff like that, or carpentry. But yeah, that's all I have for you guys. Peace out and have a good one.